Hey, it's a Prey. Sorry, once the live stream on the YouTube site comes up, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a delay.
Yeah, there will be. I believe it's live right now. Yeah, it is. Let me just pause everything that's going on. Make sure everything's all good. Audio. Mic audio. There we go. All right. Okay, now I should have desktop audio. Yeah. All right, it's up on Discord for you, right?
Yep, it's up now.
All right, let's get this fucking going. What's up, guys? We're here for the finale for the NAPA Pro Series. It's Eugene and I. We're supposed to have two different people here, but he ended up wanting to be here. So, yeah. Say what's up to everybody, and I guess we'll get this thing started.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's my first time commentating a race in a very, very long time, so I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. But hope you guys enjoy the show. We're gonna have quite a championship fight on our hands.
Yes, we will. And, you know, it's safe to say that Cal Farrell has a good cushion, as this is a pretty funny sight to see right here, with him right behind two of the guys that could take his championship away. But, yeah, man. Cal Farrell been on a roll, especially on those short tracks. He was always fast. So, yeah, let's see if he can close this season out on a high note at least. I think he can. But, let's go and see. As starting lineup was posted in the Discord, but I'll show it here. Just so people that really aren't too familiar, if they're popping in here, can see what's going on. That guy's not real. At the bottom there. Ignore that guy.
But, yeah, apparently that guy, he ran out on the track with a VW Golf earlier.
A crazed Florida man. The VW Golf on the track.
Florida man drives Miami.
Well, I apologize if the stream quality is not fully 60 frames per second. I had to basically download a different streaming software just to get this going. But you know what? At least it's live and we're here. Guerrero on pole. Ian Dutta second. That's, I believe, his highest starting position of the season. And then the Joseph Swigley cars round out row 2. Doug Lockrow and Austin Murray, round out the third row. And then Eric Rodriguez and Edward Ziemba round out row 4. As we are about to go green. And green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Guerrero had a really good run through turns 1 and 2. Ben Crouch is already there as he's trying to go down his inside. Already on lap 1, these guys are getting a little bit racy. As they're 4 wide for the lead already off of turn 4.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
This is too early, guys. You gotta back down.
It is way too early to be doing this. Oh my god, man.
Oh, that's...
Wow. Doug Lockrow going down on the inside for the lead, trying to take it from Ben Crouch, but Crouch is holding it steady up there, fending off this massive pack behind him. As Guerrero got in the wall. a little bit over there. And there's still 4 wide around the pack. Samuel England trying to take over Cal Farrell's championship. And you can't really do that with a wrecked race car, so, you know, I would hope you got out of that.
And the characteristics of, Miami, you can definitely take multiple groups around this track. You can go low, high, middle, as long as you find your group pretty early. Oh,
we have a massive crash here at Miami. Wait a minute, hold up. I saw something when we were. Cal Farrell didn't even start the race.
On pit road.
He didn't even start the race. Wow, dude. Oh my God. Okay, this is all live streamed, so that's crazy. I did not know that happened. Oh my God. Championship implications, quite literally.
Oh, big time.
Before the race even started, the 3 in the grass for the replay here. The 89 coming up the track. Gets into Austin James. The 48 of Zachary Bilson already had a terrible qualifying on this. Oh my God. 13 in the double zero.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That was a massive crash. And at some point, one of them, Bilson gets stuck in the wall. Oh my God. That was a terrible accident.
That's a heavy hit. That was just, what, from 140, 150 miles an hour down to a dead stop. Oh my goodness. God.
Massive crash. Hope Zachary Bilson's okay after that. But I want to see how they got in the grass. I guess Carson Hill.
Oh, he got tagged.
Yeah, it was just all over the back end of the 3 car. And then as they were trying to recover it and get back up onto the track, Carson Hill just slides into Austin James, which I believe they're teammates. So that is not going to be a fun meeting, especially at the end of the year with that team.
Definitely. That's not a good way to end a year, especially if you take out your teammate.
Yeah, and then, oh, man, Bilson going in the wall. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a nasty hit.
Well, I wouldn't imagine that most of these guys are going to go into pit road yet, since it's only been 3 laps, but I believe they did. At least some of them did. Yeah, some of these guys did pit. Guerrero pit from the lead.
I mean, anything can happen, so we're going to see different strategies throughout the field today, and yeah, this really throws the championship wide open.
Yeah, man. I mean, this opens it up for Ziemba, England, even Levi Pasco, you know.
But here's the thing. Pasco must win this race if he wants any chance to win the championship. And you better hope that the other drivers have bad luck.
Well, not only he has to win.
39 points back starting this. And the maximum points you can get in this series is, in each race, is 40.
He not only has to win, man, but he also has to beat all the other guys in contention for the championship.
Oh, definitely. This is going to be a really tough challenge for Pasco, but this is Miami. Anything can happen. We've seen crazy things before. I guess he'll do whatever he can. But, yeah, this throws the championship wide open for the other 2 guys. Definitely.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, as you see these... I believe like this whole top half of the field up here just didn't pit. But yeah, Edward Ziemba is leading right now, and that throws the championship into his hands possibly. Randy Riggs Jr. for the first time it seems to be up front. I guess save your best for last. The flip side teammates both first and third with Blake Warren P3, Ben Crouch P4, Ryan Butcher P5 after a string of these amazing runs seemingly out of nowhere. This team was, I believe, the 80 and the 70 were both dead last in owners' points. And then they just ended up getting this resurgence up to the front. Jacob Rose.
And ever since that result at New Hampshire, they just turning out really good results. And same thing goes for the Sugarly racing cars as well. The number 1 and I think it was the 63. I think.
Yeah,
they've also had been a team that has improved a lot during the season, and we've seen some very big swing ups throughout this field. For example, we all saw that I think it was the Flying Aces cars. Like we thought that they would dominate this series because they did at the beginning, and at the second half of the season, they just I don't know, they just didn't really bring the results that they hoped to be.
They've been absolutely nowhere compared to where they used to be. Doug Lockrow, um, it looked like, I mean, it has looked like he was about to win so many races this entire year. And I don't even think he's won a race. He's got like a handful of poles, sure, but I mean, what does that
Yeah,
really have to go to show for it? But we know Doug
yeah,
Lockrow is an outstanding talent, and so is Nicholas Guerrera, I believe, is the other Flying Aces car. I don't exactly remember. It's right as I'm talking about Doug Lockrow, he pulls onto the apron.
oh no, bad luck strikes again.
All of his
I
gauges
guess
are
we
fine. I don't really know what he's pitting for. I guess we'll find out as Edward Ziemba is going to take us to the green flag here at Homestead. As we get ready here, green flag is in the air. Doug Lockrow all the way down there.
and he still has not gone to pit road. What?
Gonna keep an eye on him for right now. I don't know what happened. I think something's broken on the car. It must be like a steering issue or a tire issue. Bobo Jones almost gets turned down the backstretch by Alexa Lutchen. Jake Rogers for Joseph Sprigley, I believe, is on the new tires, so he's going around the outside of these two. So the outside, it normally works at Homestead, but in these cars, it seems like the inside line's the best. It's because these cars are a little bit slower than the other ones.
I have talked to some of the drivers during pre-race, and they definitely did say the inside will be the preferred groove at the start. However, which groove you want to go, that is the groove that they want to go. We could see guys going. We've seen many different lines work here. Not only in this series, but we've also seen that in the Hardy's practice and the Sony Cup Series practice earlier today. So, might be a fun track for a lot of people here. But yeah, many groups can work around here. As you can see, the 70 trying to work on that high side, but to no avail.
Yeah, Austin Murray, he's trying to make that high side work. He's got the speed to get around some of these guys, but Homestead, at least for these cars, is such a fast track that, it's hard to make moves. It's really, really hard. These guys are on the throttle for like 50% of the corner. It's a really fast track. You have to really know how to, handle your car and maneuver through this track. His flip side is first and second right now. That is an incredible feat for them, and they're 3 wide for, I want to say this is the 7th or 6th position.
I think this is for the 6th spot, yes.
We'll see as we get back across the start-finish line.
Rodriguez trying to work the middle groove. I think it has worked out for him. He will get 6th.
He will end up actually being 7th. Samuel England is P6. But now he's going to go for P6. Right behind his teammate.
He got great momentum on turn 2 there. He's trying to get alongside with England. And looks like he will. He's on the inside.
Rodriguez has seemingly carried this team, Full Throttle Motorsports, on his back as of recently. I mean, this is the first time I've seen the 51 and the 46 in the same camera shot in weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Rodriguez definitely been doing an amazing job for this new team. I believe it's ran by Corey Williams and Luis Hernandez, both drivers in their respective FBRL series for Curtis Racing. And this team's doing a pretty good job. Both drivers are Chevy, but
Battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead. Blake Warren has stolen the lead from Edward Ziemba, but Ziemba going right back down the inside. As
Ziemba
Ziemba
knows he has to do everything he can to get this championship. When Calpro having troubles, he needs to optimize on this, and he really needs to capitalize.
I was just about to say that he's more than fighting for just this win. He's fighting for the whole championship, which he didn't even know at the start of this race was really even possible. But his teammate is not giving any sort of room. He's going to race him like he's raced him all year. And I think these two teammates really respect each other out there on the track. They've always raced each other with a lot of respect and very, aggressively racing as well. Both of these guys. As one shout I want to give to somebody in this field is Bobo Jones. Man, this team has been through, I want to say hell and back, but he's given this team a really nice run to end out the year. P19 about to get passed by Tyler Black, which that's another story for another day. He's been doing an amazing job for Tommy Roberts since he stepped in here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he just apparently showed up out of nowhere, and once he got into this car, he just been showing nothing but solid pace. And hopefully he could come back next year and bring out a solid campaign.
He doesn't really have like a set background to his racing career. He kind of just showed up in that announcement, so we don't really know too much about him. But all we know is that he's really good at driving these cars. And he's been, I believe, he's beating his teammate Justin Johnson right now. So Tyler Black doing an outstanding job for Tommy Roberts. Levi Pasco has just not had the pace he's wanted the last couple of weeks. In the title hunt at South Boston after picking up that very nice finish. But now he's just been nowhere. He's 16th in a race where he needs to be winning. And James Ellison, man, just come up short all year long. He said his frustrations all year long with not being able to pick up a race win for S3 while England was out there doing a whole bunch of stuff. But James Ellison, he's going to be moving on up. He's an amazing driver, so he's going to definitely cement his place somewhere.
I think he deserved his HNS campaign for 2020. He really has showed a fantastic pace throughout the season, and can't wait to see what Ellison brings in the Hardys next year.
Oh, most definitely.
Speaking of Pasco, I think he is also one of those drivers that, he's done pretty good for the first half of the year, but, in the second half, it just kind of went a little bit downhill, and unfortunately, with how far back he is in points, even with where he's running now, that's not going to win the championship for him, sadly.
No doubt it's not good enough to win the championship, and you need to be a championship caliber driver, all year round. You can't just slack off, at the end of the season, especially now where drivers like Samuel England and Edward Ziemba step their game up and try to get the championship no matter how far back they are. But Ziemba, I believe he's getting the repercussions of being out on old tires because he's really not being able to run down his teammate in Blake Warren. It would be amazing for Blake if he could win at Homestead. He's going to be in the NAPA Truck Series for the same team next year. So he'll have a team basically built around him. He's going to have Will Goss as a teammate in that 94 truck next year. And it's, right now at this stage in the race, it's nice. It's very calm. It's good racing, but nothing too much is happening. It's just one on-track battle at a time.
Yeah,
as I say that, it's a caution.
Oh.
I don't know what it's for.
I think it's for the 99. I think.
Could be for this 50. Yeah, it's for the 50 and the 67. What? This looked pretty nasty.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it was like Rob Burns just slid up the track and got tight and got into Daimler Jr. and he got sandwiched into the wall.
Wow, he almost went over 2 times there as he was sitting on his right side and his left side for a little bit. But this caution really shakes it up now because now these guys can get new tires and we can see the real pace of some of these guys because Ziemba, Ben Crouch, and basically the whole entire top 10 stayed out on old tires. And then there's Guerrera in P11.
This could be the money stop.
It could be, yeah. You never know when another caution is going to come out, so yeah, this could make or break some guy's race or championship tonight. Guerrera gets in his box Just going to switch to the pit lane
All in the
cam.
hands of the pit crews now.
Rodriguez, it looks like he's going to get out first.
It looks like he took 2 tires. It looks like everybody's taking 2 tires.
Wow. I thought tires were going to matter a whole lot more.
Alexa Lushin was a biggest move gain up through the field. She was all the way down in 19th, and she's now all the way inside the top 10.
Texan Motorsports, man, got some good pit crews there, or at least a good crew chief. I don't know what happened with that pit stop, but gained him a lot of time as Nicholas Guerrero, I believe, come back to the spot.
I think she either took only fuel, or maybe she was one of those people that came into that first pit stop and during the first caution, and maybe she took fuel. I don't know. Let's see what happened.
Looks like she took 2 right sides. 2 tires may have been the best strategy, as I believe that's Brian McDonough. Yeah, it's Brian McDonough down pit lane. But Eric Rodriguez right now, man, he's leading this race. What a race it would be for him to get his first win. I'm honestly kind of shocked he hasn't won a race yet. He's been so fast lately, ever since the second half of the season really started. You know, this 46 team was one of the teams that really picked up pace, and he's sitting solidly in the top 10 in points now.
You know, we talked about this through, many other different drivers throughout the. You could, start strong. You could, like, say if you're a Sonic Cup Series driver, win the 500. But, it doesn't matter how you start a season. It only matters how you finish it. Because if you don't carry that momentum all season long, then, yeah, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the whole entire year, really, all these drivers just want a good year. But, it's honestly, I think it's better to have a nice second half of the year versus a good first half of the year, because the second half of the year is really where you can win a championship or solidify yourself into a position to where if the championship contenders mess up, you can pounce on them and be the surprise. Which is what I think Edward Ziemba is really doing here. I didn't think he was ever going to be a championship contender at the start of the year. New team, new driver, who knows what's going to happen. But this 94 team has really proven everybody wrong. As the 13 is going to be the first lapped car on a restart to come up on the inside line. So we'll see how that shakes up.
It'll be interesting to see how his pace will be like compared to the rest of the others. I don't think it would be that far off pace, but definitely gonna hold these guys up just a little bit.
We definitely shall see. I mean, he's got rear end damage. He was in that first big wreck. I think it was on his side. So he's definitely messed up. But he's just out there putting in laps. I hope he doesn't mess up anybody's championship hopes. Yeah, man. Ian Dutta up here as well, doing a good job for Diego Yepes. That team is going to have a very strong lineup next year with all that Yamp support. That's definitely a good thing. And that team might be in a championship contending spot around this time next season for the finale, which got some amazing news about next season's finale. I will not say it yet. It's definitely some amazing news. But Eric Rodriguez is leading for this restart. Ian Dutta, P2.
I mean, when you get support from a team like EM Motorsports, which is really championship material, good things are going to happen to you.
Oh, of course.
His car is off pit road.
Green flag is out.
Yep.
Blake Warren pulling down to the inside. He's going to risk getting behind the 13 in hopes of gaining more track position, but yeah, that definitely did not pay out for him.
I think Warren was hoping that the 13 would slide up in the middle groove instead of the low groove, and he would go underneath the 13. But I don't think that has worked out at all.
Ryan Butcher.
And here comes the Ryan Butcher, on the inside, trying to take advantage.
Lucas Guerrero making it 3 wide. Edward Ziemba, I'm gonna say net championship leader. Uh, down at 3 wide with Guerrera and Busher. This is the
Yeah,
kind
as
of
it stands right now, England will be your champion. Unless if there's a big enough gap between Ziemba and England, then England will win this championship
right
on
now.
points.
It's looking good for S3 in the 56 car. They're 4 wide right now.
Oh, but here comes Ryan Reed on the inside.
Oh my god. These guys are racing hard on these restarts.
I mean, this track can, even though there are multiple groups, it can be pretty difficult to pass on. Like we said earlier in this race, so you gotta make up every position as you can right now and then on these restarts. These restarts are gonna be so crucial for the rest of the race.
Especially if you're in the 56 and the 94th positions, you gotta go on these restarts. It's Ian Dutta going down the inside. Definitely the most experienced driver here. If not the most experienced, the most successful of anyone here.
Oh yeah, we're talking about a past Sony Cup Series champion, and even though he's been out of the wheel for a few seasons now, he decided to get that racing itch back and try to get back into it. And so far, he's been doing really, really well for all the races he ran this year. And hopefully, we can see him back in the Cup Series soon.
Speaking of doing really, really well, Jake Rogers for Joseph Srigley almost took the lead in turn 4. Edward Ziemba with the 4 tires versus Srigley's 2. Or not Srigley, excuse me, Rogers' 2. Is going to try to pass him, but he didn't get it there. But man, this is an amazing run for this team. And
yeah, this is also another team that, along with Anjado, just the pace just came out of nowhere for them. And when they brought the pace, they just kept going with it. And hopefully, this team will be getting better. And I really do hope so. And I think with the way they're going right now, I think this team could be, I want to say, top of the midfield. I know I'm being a little optimistic here, but with how close this series is in terms of performance in all these teams, it could be possible.
definitely could be, man. It shows how close the field is once a team finds something that they can immediately just get back up there. And for a team like Joseph Srigley that was basically in like the mid-20s at the start of the year, to make the gains that they've made, that's incredible. They already had amazing showings at I want to say it was Gateway, but I'm not sure. It was one of the standalone races. The 63 had Joseph Srigley in it, and he did an amazing job until he got wrecked. But yeah, man, it just goes to show that team has made some serious performance gains this year. Samuel England doing an amazing job to keep his championship hopes alive. By the way, seeing him in
And just like any other series this year, I mean, yes, there's a performance gap between the top and bottom team. In the NAPA Pro Series, since all these cars are so close, you really can't predict anything here. I mean, you don't know who's going to win, who's going to have to pay. Like Anjado or Joseph Srigley Racing, you could see teams like just pop up out of nowhere with amazing, and you keep that pace throughout the end of the season. I think for the first season of this series, I think it worked out really far. I know we kind of got a bit of a weird and funky start with that fuel strategy issue at Talladega, but ever since that, the racing in this series has been pretty fantastic, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, like every week it seems like, except about, well, even New Hampshire, where the racing wasn't good, there was still an amazing story behind it. So yeah, I would say this series has definitely had a successful first year, and we're gonna definitely step it up with the trucks and the racing next year. The whole entire schedule.
He has the pace on the inside of Jake Rogers there. England going with him.
Yeah, Ryan Reed has been one of those guys that have come out at the end of the season and done amazingly well, just knocking off top 5 after top 5.
The problem is that Ryan Reed, he has has shown the pace, and everyone knows that Ryan Reed now has the pace to compete with the top guys. It's just that sometimes he ran with just awful luck. And for example, I think at the last race he was like basically all the way up to the top two, but unfortunately, he got into trouble in pit road and collided with another car, and that basically ended his race. But it really does show that Ryan Reed, he can compete up here with these top guys now, and he has improved throughout the year. And look at that, he's going for second against Siemba.
He's doing an amazing job tonight, especially since I don't know where he started. I can't say he's gained a lot of spots if I don't know where he started, but so far, I mean, he's hanging with these guys, and I didn't see him really at the top 5 or whatever. So yeah, I would say this is an amazing run for this team already, even if they don't finish well. I'm seeing someone back there who I really did not expect to see in the top 10. Tyler Black is doing an outstanding job tonight.
Oh, definitely.
What a run. Austin Murray.
And look at the on-Java cars. On-Java cars are 10 to 12.
It's so cool to see this team do what they're doing versus what they did at the start of the year. I believe Toyota really stepped up their cars because it seemed to be all Toyota teams that improved a lot.
And not just in this series either. I mean, in the Hardys, like, we haven't seen that much of an improvement for the Toyota teams because they were already quick on the Hardy side. But on the NAPA and Sony Cup Series sides, definitely, they made a lot of strides and they made a lot of changes throughout the year, and all the changes seem to pay off, as you can see, like 2 Toyota teams that we never expected to see on, inside the top 10, and now here they are fighting for all the spots they can in the world.
Yeah, as you saw that 3-wide battle behind Ian Dutta, Edward Ziemba was making moves around the outside, and he's got a massive run going to 3. He almost carried out a pass.
Oh, here he goes. Oh, he's trying to send it on the inside. It's not going to work on this lap, but
oh my god,
he is definitely closer. Oh, there he got the momentum off of turn 4, right alongside with Dutta now.
I don't know what happened. It looks like the 94 just gained like engine speed or something, man. That was crazy. He had some incredible runs on the exit of turn 2 and turn 4. And Ryan Reed is seeming to follow the 94. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead.
Ryan Reed with Reed.
Ryan Reed down the inside, and Samuel England right behind Edward Ziemba. Ziemba's making the middle work.
As it stands right now, England is your champion. There is not a big enough gap between the cars of Ziemba and England, so England will still be your champion on points. But Ziemba really needs to hope that England just falls off the pace or falls off the cliff anytime soon.
Sorry about that. Had a little something going on in my end of the booth here, but yeah, Ziemba leading the 3 wide back there. With, England, Rogers, and Dutta.
Ziemba really needs to hope that there's a big enough gap between himself and England so that he can get enough points to win this championship. But as it stands right now, England still has the pace to be inside the top 10 and still win this championship in terms of points.
I'm not very sure how far back England has to be for Ziemba to win the championship, but I would have to think it's outside the top 10.
Heading into this, England has a 17-point buffer on Ziemba. So, yeah, that's not enough to win this championship. But despite that, I know Ziemba is trying to do everything he can to basically try to win this championship. If he does win it or not, he has done a fantastic job, not only in this race, but throughout the entire season. So.
Oh, yeah, he's carried a momentum throughout the whole season that I don't think anyone on the grid expected. When we came to Talladega him and Blake Warren immediately ran up at the front, and that just showed. I mean, Flipside was basically Curtis Racing going into this series, but then they hooked up with a Texan partnership, and those two teams worked together. And in the second part of the season, they both made massive gains. Alexa Lushin even running better in her 40 car. But Ryan Reed now going down the inside. He's looking for race wins now, man. He's not even looking for just top 10s.
He's just doing it for pride at this point. I mean, hey, you go big or go home. But I am looking at the points table right now, and if Ziamba wins this race, you better hope that England falls to, I think, at least 16 or to win this championship by 1 point.
I don't know if that's going to happen. That 56 car looks way too fast for it to fall outside the top 5 even at this point. Unless they just really drop the ball during like a green flag pit stop, which I don't even think we're going to get.
I think these cars are good enough on tires and fuel, so I don't think we're going to see another pit stop anytime soon.
I think as we say that, they're going down to the pits.
Oh, never mind. I stand corrected.
Oh, God. They're going to do what they do in the Sony Cup race and try to use the access road. This usually doesn't work out too well.
Just went in the grass, he just overcooked.
We're definitely going to get a late race caution.
Yeah, and this is another thing here. I mean, pit road during green flag cycles, it is difficult to get to, as Dota just demonstrated, and you have to get your speed just right to be on that access road, or else you're just going to slide up.
Yeah, man, I think we're definitely going to get a late race caution, so we're just going to pay attention to anybody that comes down pit road here. Because one of them is definitely either going to hit the pit wall or just hit someone else and spin out onto the track. So we'll just see who gains the most positions from that. If that doesn't happen, that's amazing. You know, that just means these guys are better than the cup drivers somehow at entering the pits. Oh, God, here we go.
I mean, these guys have to watch the cup guys on TV, so I guess they learn a thing or two. Oh, everybody's sliding up.
Oh, my God, this is terrifying. Jimmy Jr. is gaining so many spots just from taking
he just glued it to the access road, and he gained, like, 3 spots.
Tib Foster, one of the guys coming down with them, he's had a pretty all right season. You know, I think Tib has done a pretty decent job for Diego Yepes. You know, that team expected a lot more than they actually received, but he's still doing well for him, you know. Shout out to Tib. Good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Tib earlier before this race, and it has been an up and down year for him. He did admit that outright. Just to be in this series and to run with these guys, and he's grateful for everything that that has happened to him. So let's just hope that Tib has a better 2020 season and better things go beyond for him.
He's one of those guys you feel like you have to root for once he gets on the track. You know, he's such a good guy. You always want him to succeed. Same with guys like Vince Freeze in the Hardy's National Series. And hopefully soon to be Cup Series. I'm not sure about what he's doing yet.
Freeze got a ride with Luke Martin's new team, Combination Racing. So he'll be transferring from Chevy to Dodge, and best of luck to him.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, he got a different ride, and I'm sure he'll perform just as well as he did in his Texan ride. As Ziemba trying to get Jimmy Jr., but I think Samuel England actually got the lead out of that. Or was it Tyler Black? Is Tyler Black the leader?
Who knows? I mean, we haven't seen all the cars go down pit road, or have we?
No, Tyler Black's the leader. He pitted.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, okay. That is definitely different.
So, it's Black in first, and England in second place, and I think that's Ellison in third.
I think it's Ben Crouch in third.
Oh yeah, Crouch is in third. My mistake, and Ellison is in fourth. My bad.
Apart from England, we have two strange cars in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean there are strange cars throughout the entire top 10.
Yeah,
and as you can see, due to the guys like sliding up on the access road, they lost a couple of spots. Like Ryan Reed, he was all the way in second place before pit stop, and now he's dropped down all the way to 10th. Hopefully he can gain back some ground and try to chase down the 38.
Man, I thought that was some sort of like glitch when I saw Tyler Black in first, but I believe he took 2 tires because he's running significantly slower.
We've seen guys in the Cup side do that last year, so I think it's just the overall nature of the access road. It is pretty slick, it is pretty slippery, and if you slide up, hopefully you better save it.
I think this is one of those teams that really paid attention to last year's Sony Cup race because they definitely nailed the tire strategy, but it's all going to be about holding off this 56 who's going to try to win this championship. And I think
he's going to try to win this race and this championship, and Ziemba is falling back just a bit.
We'll see in the final point standings because we're not even going to know when the checkered flag drops. You guys will see the points firsthand as soon as they're done. But yeah, Tyler Black, man, this is, even if he does not win this race, this is definitely a shock to the whole entire grid.
This will definitely be his best result so far this season, no doubt.
I'm sure Joseph Srigley's got a smile on his face wherever he's at right now. I believe he's at the track because he tried to make the Cup race, but he failed. But his team is running 3rd and 4th right now, about to be 5th if James Ellison can get by Crouch.
I mean, luckily he didn't seem that mad that he missed a Cup race. So as long as his cars do good in the show, that's the only thing that matters to him. So
that's what makes him the most money. So yeah, I think he would be pretty proud of this one. Edward Ziemba, he's raced his heart out tonight. It just didn't seem like he had the car to fully go out and get it, while England, he's about to take over the lead here. This is going to be easy pickings for him as soon as he gets near that 38.
There are lap traffic up ahead, so it could play a factor here.
That is true.
England trying to go on the inside. There he goes. England has the momentum.
Down the inside goes Samuel England, and following right behind him is Jake Rogers. We almost saw.
Oh my goodness! If a Srigley racing car wins this race, the scenes.
Oh God, Ben Crouch is gonna look like he wants to take this for himself. But Jake Rogers has such a good entry into the corners. He's gonna get right behind the 56. I think he's gonna try to take the lead.
He's trying to get underneath of England. There he goes on the inside. He got the momentum off the corner.
Jake Rogers, a replacement driver for the rest of the year for Joseph Srigley Racing. I don't even think he's coming back next year.
I think he has a ride in the Hardy's National Series next year, if I recall correctly. But yeah, what a run for the Srigley Racing cars. Both 2nd and 3rd right now. Crouch is trying to go up on the inside of his teammate.
That's insane. They're 3 wide for the lead right now. James Ellison might make it 4 wide.
Lap traffic in front of them. How will this fare out?
Oh my God, this might be terrifying for some of these guys.
Look at that, Ryan Reed trying to pass Jimmy Jr. for, I think, the 5th position.
This race win is going to be determined by who maneuvers the lap traffic the best as of right now. And it looks like Samuel England is definitely doing the best.
Yeah,
Ben Crouch,
I think Rogers got caught up on the outside with lap cars. That's not going to do good for him. Crouch taking advantage, trying to close down the 56.
Ooh, 0 in the 5 made contact down the front straightaway.
Oh, that was close. Crouch, he is closing.
Crouch with 3 laps to go already running down Samuel England. The next lap car is Bob Burns, but I have no idea if they're going to get him. They might get him on the white flag, if anything. But any caution now will end this race. Samuel England might be hoping for a caution. But Ben Crouch, he's hoping to run down England with 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Now to turn 2. He's going to go down the inside of Bob Burns.
trying to maneuver past the lap car, does so.
Oh my god, this allowed Crouch to catch up so quickly. Coming to the white flag, Ben Crouch, he's going to go down the
He's gonna
inside.
get the momentum off the corner.
Down the inside goes Ben Crouch, but Samuel England has more straightaway speed. He's going to have a better corner entry from the outside as well.
Final lap here at Homestead. Crouch trying to get his first career win. England trying to get his first career championship.
I don't think Crouch has enough.
Yeah,
Samuel
that
England
56 looks too strong.
coming out of turn 4. Samuel England wins the race and possibly the championship. We will see. I'm sure he got that one by winning the race, but man, S3 Motorsports is going to be going wild and crazy tonight. Ben
Wow,
Crouch.
what a finish that was.
Ben Crouch getting right up next to England, telling him, congratulations, man, you earned that one. England, I believe, is going to go do a lap unless he pulls in a pit lane last minute.
S3 cars 1 and 3.
Yeah, what a
Friendly
run.
cars 2 and 4, and a Texan Motorsports car rounding out the top.
Yeah, man. These guys going around the track right now. Going to get this export.
Props to Tyler Black, though. I mean, even though he didn't win this race, he led a couple. He had the pace to stay inside the top 10. What a great result for him and that team.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know. Also, shout out to North Border Motorsports, Bobo Jones, P18, man. What a good run for those guys after the pretty sluggish end of the season that they've had. But Samuel England, we will see if he will be celebrating the championship here, as we will get that all ready for you guys. Gonna pull up the point standings. You will see this live as it's happening. Where's it at? There it is. Samuel England is your 2019 NAPA Pro Series champion. Cal Farrell with the heartbreak, finishing 18 points behind. Edward Ziemba definitely did not have enough, finishing 28 points behind. That's crazy, man. You know, even if Edward won the race, I don't even think he would have gotten second. But what a championship for Samuel England. I've given praise to the guy all year. Just performed the absolute best out of anybody. He had the best pace out of anybody. And that's an absolutely amazing championship for that guy.
Man, look at those stats too, man. Average finishing position of 9th and starting position of 7.9. What a dominant season that was.
He had a better average starting position than James Ellison and Doug Lockrow. Doug Lockrow had the best starting position, but he is right behind Lockrow. And Lockrow has a starting position of 5.25. That alone is impressive, but he has only got 3 top 10s. But, man.
Just barely finishing in the top 20 in points.
England doing an absolutely outstanding job out there tonight. He knew the circumstances, and he stepped it up. That whole team stepped it up. That's what championship-winning teams do. I have no idea if Samuel even led at all in the points this year until tonight. But what a send-off for the series, at least for this year. I would like to thank my man Eugene for helping me do this. And I would like to thank you guys for watching since I took over this year. You know, giving me a lot of feedback, and it's helped me a lot through the long run. So can't wait to see you guys next year. And this is going to be a very fun experience with you guys next year especially. So yeah, man, I guess we'll be signing off, and see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and all that stuff. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all later.
We'll see you in 2020.
Mm-hmm.